Welcome to Crushing Kayfabe and what's going to probably be a shortened version of Crushing Kayfabe. Unfortunately, I've got cataract surgery today, so I'll be getting ready for that in a little bit. But until then, we've got WWE, a Raw after the Money in the Bank fallout kind of thing. Got Raw in Ottawa. With CM Punk opening the show, giving a thank you to John Cena, which was pretty cool. Didn't think I'd see that day, but I think he genuinely does like Cena. I think he realizes his worth to business and his professionalism, which probably appreciates a heck of a lot more after a stint in AEW. But Seth came out to confront CM Punk. Punk ended up apologizing to Seth for screwing him out of Seth's opportunity to compete for the title, which is kind of weird because in a way, Punk actually kind of helped him by taking out Drew McIntyre. So probably not the best logic, but I kind of understand. I'll go along for the ride. I still understand kind of where we're going with this. In turn, Seth threatening Punk, yada yada. So it's setting up a feud probably for the original feud we're supposed to get at the previous WrestleMania. We had a match between Jey Uso and Chad Gable, in which the lighting dropped and allowed Jey Uso to spear Chad for the win, which of course we had Nikki Cross appearing again, handing, this time, Pat McAfee a box, which had another VHS, which his shtick is starting to get a little old, but find out later what was in that. But until then, we had Bronson Reed versus Pete Dunne, which would kind of set up the beatdown afterwards on Pete Dunne by Reed, and Sheamus coming out to Dunn's rescue. I don't know if this is setting up a feud between Reed and Sheamus or how this is all going to work. We did have Pete Dunne not willing to kind of accept Sheamus's help and kind of still a little bitter about the breakup with the Brawling Brutes. So there's still some bad blood there because I think Sheamus extended his hand and he refused. But we have a confrontation in the back between Seth and Priest, and Priest actually eventually gives in on his word and says that when he's done with Gunther, Seth can have a rematch. So they're setting up Priest to be a big baby face in this, and I don't know if you can hear in the background my wife yelling at the dogs. They're getting a little too rambunctious. We have this one dog, big dog, and we don't know what kind of mix she is, but maybe it's part shepherd, part lab, maybe, don't know. And then we have this little terrier, and unfortunately sometimes the bigger dog forgets that she's a bigger dog. And she's generally very, very gentle with the terrier, but sometimes you get a little too aggressive, and you gotta remind her that she's a lot bigger. But aside from that, let's see. We got Priest saying that he's done with when he's done with Gunther, Seth can have his rematch. It's assuming that Gunther doesn't win this. I don't think he will. I think they're dead set on showing us that Priest is not an interim champion. Sipping what little coffee I can here before I'm allowed. So we're gonna have that, and this weekend. I think it was at a house show. Priest actually helped Jey Uso get up, so doing a lot of stuff to foreshadow Priest becoming a babyface, and I don't know how well this is gonna work out, to tell you the truth. I think they should have reinforced him as a heel first. So I think the fans are going to turn against him as a babyface. He's not having very good promos, and I think they're going to beat on him for that. But we had Zach Brown in the audience, which was kind of cool. I hadn't seen that dude ages, and he looks amazing, which is cool. I guess he had a concert, Zac Brown Band, in the area. And, of course, they have to have Sami Zayn show up. Anytime they're in Canada, they truck out Sami Zayn. So, get the cheap pop and whatnot. Braun confronts Sami, then spears him, setting up further feud. Really, there was some barking in the crowd for Braun. Their fans are behind Braun. I'm so glad that this is going to continue. Eventually, I'm hoping that they put the belt on Braun and continue his feud. But also had Dragunov come out. So we've kind of got a three-way feud here between Dragunov, Braun, and Sami. There's a lot of possibilities going on here. And Braun and Dragunov have some great matches, so I think this is going to be fun. So this elevates both Braun and Dragunov, kind of. Let's see, we had Judgment Day getting the tag team belts again by defeating Awesome Truth. Let's see, we had backstage Pierce telling Punk to go home and heal up, and he'll call Drew and figure it out. We had another video, once again, going back to the videotape that Nikki gave to McAfee. I mean, I like the idea and the graininess behind this. The videos are excellent, I think, but man, it's 2024. I just can't see the reasoning behind the whole VHS thing. The only thing I like about it is that it definitely adds kind of a horror film feel to everything. And this video, they showed the people behind the mask in the Wyatt Six. Am I crazy? Or did I see some images of Bray intermixed with the Bo video? At one point, I believe it was Uncle Howdy asked, "Do you think I'm sick?" And then yes, then sick will be is a response from Bo, if I'm not mistaken. Kind of going into the explanation between the Wyatt Six, and he explained a little bit more of the backstory behind the formation of this team, and why they were selected and went this route. So kind of takes away a little bit of the supernatural element, which I like, and blends a little bit of reality back into this. I know these guys got a lot of flack a little while ago for breaking kayfabe at a Whataburger or whatever it was, for posing with fans being out together. I see actors in movies all the time going out, and it doesn't change my enjoyment of the film. I get the old school guys like kayfabe, but we've kind of crushed kayfabe, I think, at this point. Another another backstage piece with Chad Gable talking to Pierce, going into what are you going to do, yada, yada, yada. And Pierce kind of responds with kind of, why don't you think about what you did to deserve this, which was cool, which kind of led into what I really liked when Pierce opens the door and there's Bray Wyatt. Not Bray Wyatt, wow, Bo, I should say, not in the Uncle Howdy character. Wow, that's incredible that I said that. That's horrible, actually. I'm sorry. Freudian slip right there. But we see Bo waiting in the office for Pierce. So, really cool moment there. Really cool moment. I like them just kind of dressed in street clothes. Not in anything, not in a costume, just kind of looking rather morose and kind of solemn. Surprising too. I liked it. I thought that was a great little detail there. Excellent. So I'm looking forward to. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch Raw tonight, but I'm looking forward to watching it and see what they do with this, because I'm hoping they elaborate on what happened between the. Behind the closed doors with Adam Pierce there. Let's see. We had the Breaker versus Dragunov. Breaker gets disqualified for throwing a chair in the face of Dragunov, which was absolutely brutal. And we have Sami coming out and making the save. I love how they're building this feud. Great, and I hope Braun comes out on top because I think he's going to be a major star, and the acquisition of the Intercontinental Championship I think is going to propel him even further in preparing for the next echelon. We find out that Sonya Deville has teamed up with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Starks because they came out to attack Damage Control. So is this turn Damage Control into baby faces? This is an interesting teaming. I like Zoe Starks a lot. I wish they'd figure out what to do with her. Great in the ring, great look. Just Shayna Baszler still can't talk. I do like the pairing of the two though. Giving them Sonya Deville. So is Sonya going to be the mouthpiece for these guys? I'm kind of thinking that's what they're going to do with this faction. That's my guess. We had a mixed tag team with Rey Mysterio and Zelina Vega versus Dom and Liv to kind of close things out. I guess Drew's returning this week, so we'll get to see him. Liv and Dom win, but what happens afterwards with the whole Dom hugging Liv, then push her away, the whole, at one point, Dom landing in the crotch of Liv. A lot of stuff going on. We have, it kind of looks like Dom's starting to get into this. That is until Rhea Ripley's music hits and she comes out. I mean, it's surprising. I didn't think she was going to come out at this moment. I figured she would have come back at a pay-per-view or whatnot. But what was more surprising was the lack of time they devoted to this segment. Liv flees. She runs away. Has that scared chicken shit heel kind of thing going on. Dom is kind of going back and, saying, kind of speaking his piece and, saying he wasn't into it or whatever. Rhea looks pissed, but they kind of end it right there. They don't really. I mean, she doesn't hit him. She doesn't hit Liv. She doesn't beat up Liv. It's kind of. I guess it's to be continued. So we'll get to see how angry she was this week, I guess. So I'm looking forward to that, but kind of lackluster return. I hate to say it because I love Rhea. And she's got a lot of fans. Huge babyface kind of pop. But man, they kind of missed the boat on this one. I don't know if they just ran out of time on this. That's why I'm wondering if the network kind of forced them didn't allow any overage. Which will change with Netflix, obviously. Looking forward to that. Get more in depth with stuff like this. Then we had SmackDown. Can't really mention too much about AEW. I was a little distracted while watching it. I know that a lot of people are complaining about Sky Blue's transformation back after leaving the House of Black. I can't really comment too much. I don't watch Collision. I don't watch anything other than Dynamite on Wednesday, so I can't really follow that storyline, unfortunately. But that apparently it just kind of severed ties with no explanation, and a lot of fans are upset about that, as well they should be. But this has been an issue with AEW for a long time, is the lack of storytelling. And they gotta stop doing this nonsense. That's all I got to say about that. I'm sorry, And I know we had the whole Owen Cup tournament. Can't even... Jeez, that's bad. I don't even remember who the heck won that. Jeez. And we had the turning of what? Oh, jeez, I can't remember her name on Toni Storm, which was a good heel turn. Good, and they kind of propelled Toni Storm into a babyface, which people are cheering for anyway, because she's so committed to this character that wrestling fans appreciate that. They like that. I mean, I appreciate that. I think she's one of the few good things on this show is Toni Storm and how committed she is to her role. Is it cheesy? Is it comedic? Is it corny? Yes, it's all of the above, but it's her commitment to it that that makes you respect her. You know, it's like, give you this garbage gimmick, and she's taking the ball and run like crazy with this, and she's doing a great job with it. So that was kind of smart on AEW's turn. I'll say that much. But let's get over to SmackDown, because I'm kind of, like I said, I'm kind of limited on time. I still want to got a lot of stuff to do before we head on out to Jackson for surgery. SmackDown. Let's see. We started off with Alicia Taylor. I haven't read anything about this. If somebody comment about this, please fill me in. Who is she? Did I miss something about this? What's going on with this? But we had Tiffany Stratton starting the show off, giving her a little bit more to play with. She's still a little green, but man, is she going to be an absolute star? And the fans are getting behind her, and she's got to come out to constantly kind of remind them that she's a heel. You know, which ended up into a promo between Tiffany Bailey and Nia Jax. I think it's smart pairing Tiffany with Nia Jax, because Nia Jax is probably the most hated woman on the roster right now. So to pair her up with Tiffany, I think is a stroke of genius. Because too many people are liking Tiffany and respecting her and want to turn her babyface. Let's see. We had Tiffany and Nia teaming up. And ended up, with Mia Jin making the save, yada yada. Nia Jax winning. Tiffany comes out and sees the prone Bailey, and almost cashes in. She was about to cash in her Money in the Bank, and man, that crowd would have gone nuts, and Nia stopped her. I don't know, are they setting up a future feud between Nia and Tiffany? Interesting. If they do that, they are going to have to turn Tiffany babyface, which would make sense, because I think the fans want her to be a babyface anyway. So interesting. Sets up a possible storyline down the future, down the road, which another Bloodline vignette. We had a segment with Byron Saxton interviewing Andrade, and man, this dude deserves a lot more respect, I think, and I like Andrade. He's just not connecting with the fans here. Carmelo Hayes interrupts, which I think is a smart thing. They're setting up a feud between Andrade and Carmelo. I think these two could put on an absolutely incredible match, and I think they match up well physically, so it doesn't look... Because Carmelo is not a big dude, and having him go up against Andrade, I think makes it look like a legitimate fight, and I think these two could tear it up in the ring, so I think this is going to be good down the road. Hopefully get the fans to connect with Andrade. I really hope so. We had Apollo Crews and Baron Corbin team up against Legado del Fantasma, with Legado del Fantasma winning. A little bit of featuring Chelsea Green throughout more, thankfully. I'm hoping they feature her more as a singles wrestler, kind of get her in the mix. I was a little disappointed at the Money in the Bank. I did want her to win. It makes sense. I don't think Tiffany needed the briefcase. I think Chelsea would have benefited more from it, and unless they're just going to continue pairing her with Piper Niven, having her being the mouthpiece for Piper Niven. But I think she can do so much more as a top-level women and in this division, and the fans want to turn her babyface once again. I mean, because she's so good. She's great on the mic, she's charismatic, and she's excellent in the ring. So, I was a little bit... She's good at the comedic thing, so they had her do that at the Money in the Bank, and then they killed her at the end, having her go through the tables. But I'm glad to see her featuring her more. She deserves it. She definitely deserves it. Owen stayed home. We found that out through a segment with RKO and Cody Rhodes backstage. But Kevin's staying home, which I'm glad to hear. Hopefully, I haven't heard anything about his mother. Maybe you can leave a comment, give an update on his mother. Hopefully the family's doing well. Hopefully everything's okay. If something bad happened, I'm sorry. I don't know, so I apologize. That's my ignorance right there. But I've been prepping for getting ready for surgery and working, so haven't been able to follow things as much as I would have liked to, unfortunately. But we had LA Knight. We're gonna have LA Knight versus Logan Paul. We had another promo from him. I think this is the right way to go. They should have done this at Money in the Bank, probably. This is gonna be good, and I'm looking forward to this. Hopefully they do more to escalate this feud. I'd like to see more between the two of them. We have Blair Davenport making her debut against Naomi. Did anybody know about this? It was kind of she. As far as I know, she didn't go through the NXT program. Maybe I'm mistaken on that, and you can leave comments about that. But last time I saw her was on AEW. But made her debut against Naomi. Kind of surprised that Naomi won this. I thought that for sure they tried to build Davenport up. Glad to see her in NXT. I'm glad to see her. Not NXT. Wow, in WWE, I should say. Glad to see her there. I like to see more of her because she is good. And the WWE needs more female talent. They really do. Davenport comes up to Naomi backstage, does the whole babyface thing, and the better person won, yada, yada, yada. Then the moment she leaves, we see her come from behind and attack Naomi, so kind of solidifying herself as a heel. So we'll see a feud between those two. I like it. I think they match up well. I like it. We had DIY versus Wall and Theory. DIY retaining, which is cool. I'm running out of time, so we have to go through this real quickly. At the end of it, Jacob Fatu takes out both teams. Like mentioned, Solo's getting a little bit better on the promos. I'm glad to see that. They're solidifying him as a heel, making him look bigger. What I'm not liking is the facial tics and the crap that is reminiscent of Roman Reigns. He needs to distance himself from Roman Reigns and stop that. That needs to stop. Because too reminiscent of Reigns, and it looks like he's just becoming a carbon copy of him, and not cool. I mean, they've already got the go away heat. People hate these guys for what they did to Paul Heyman. So the whole facial tic thing that needs to stop that. That has been going on for all this time. Of course, RKO comes out on for a save on Cody against Blood, right? Cody and RKO just are left decimated, solidifying the Bloodline's status as heels, and hopefully making Solo look stronger. Like I said, get rid of the facial tics and quirks. I hate it. Unfortunately, gonna have to bow out because I only have about 4 minutes left. So what I'm gonna have to do is say goodbye, and please check out CrushingKayfabe.com, crushing with a K. Check us out. I have a live feed there. Not a live feed, I'm sorry, but it's a feed from Spotify that goes to that, so you can listen to the show from CrushingKayfabe.com, or you can watch the show on YouTube and get a little bit of a visual. Or what's even better is you can go to Patreon, and for $1 a month, you can get the show completely ad-free. And I don't think $1 is too much to ask for a show. But you'll be getting exclusive content in the future. And check us out on Patreon.com, please. And check out Then and Now in Trenton, Tennessee. And we have some, Then and Now Flea Market, we have some things for sale. But not only that, but August 10th, I'll be performing there. So you'll get to see me say hi. If you listen to the show, great. Tell me, let me know about it. Let them know about it, and tell them that Crushing Kayfabe sent you. Let them know that that they're loved and appreciated. So definitely check us out August 10th around 10 in the morning. If you got nothing else to do, or even if you do have something else to do, cancel it. Come on down and check us out, because there's going to be some free food, free drinks, and going to be some hot dogs. Plus, you get live entertainment for free. So check us out. Then Now Flea Market August 10th around 10 in the morning. Prayers going out to the Ukraine, out to Israel, and out to Trump, and out to his family. I know I don't want to get too political, but it's we don't want to see anybody get we'd like to see people get voted in or out by the ballot, not the bullet. Anytime there's assassination attempt, it foregoes the democratic system. I know we live in a republic, but we still can't really even say democratic system, because we're not a direct democracy. But anytime that you do that, it interferes with the process. It should be decided by popular vote, not by one lone person. And prayers going out to the family of the individual that died, defending his family. I guess a former firefighter was killed during that event, and that's sad to hear. I hate to hear that. I guess he, from what reports I've seen, he was protecting his family and the people that were injured. Everyone that was injured at the rally, please, prayers going out to them, and my condolences to those families. So yeah, let's let your vote count in November. That's how the system works. That's about it. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening to the show, and God bless.